If you want to sell AI automations for $10,000 or more, this is the exact sales script that my sales teams use to close 5-figure tickets in the deals that we sold. And in this video, we're going to go over the exact sales script that we use that you can copy for your team and adapt so that your sales team can use this script on your sales calls, your phone calls, or even through your funnel. So by the end of this video, you know exactly how to take our sales script and implement it for your agency and maybe give it to your setting team and closing team. So you can't expect that all prospects will be able to get on Zoom, right? At the end of the day, a perfect day is, you get on a Zoom call, they're right then and there and they're present, but the ability for you to close in any circumstance is going to rely on your sales team to be perfectly adaptable to closing on a phone call, to closing on a Zoom call, to closing things even over text message or DM, right? And so this sales script is adaptable to any medium, phone call, Zoom call, or text message. So first, obviously, I like to optimize for phone call, because a phone call, the way you close on a phone call is going to be adaptable to text or Zoom. So you want to make sure, hey, is this the right person, right? Is this the decision maker, right? So from here, we want to talk about our offer, why we're speaking to them, why we're calling, right? Why we're on this call, right? So, hey man, this is what I'm calling because you responded to our ad about getting 10 more clients through our AI automation for your roofing company the next 30 days. And in this call, I'm going to go over our exact process and see if we're a good fit. You have 5 minutes to make sure we're good to help, right? If you're on a phone call, there's a time constraint. If you're on a Zoom call, you don't even say that. You just say, hey, we're on this call to go over how we can get you 10 more clients the next 30 days. And if that process sounds good to you, then we're going to dive into the numbers for these to make sense. At the end of the day, we want this to make sense for you to be a good investment. And then we're going to look at the next steps if that's a good fit, right? But for you, I'm going to say yes or no. And then, hey, what's a better time? If your decision makers in here, what's a better time to schedule? But ideally, you want to pre-handle that, right? So from here, you want to go over the exact offer again into more minute detail. So what our company does is we send you 10 to 20 deals, estimates that are pre-qualified next 30 days. We do this by running ads with AI on Google and Meta, and my team handles all the pre-qualification on phone call and text message. Is this something that you'd be interested in? Right. And so, from here, they're reminded the offer that you have, and you want to dive into the pain point discovery. From here, once they hear the offer, a lot of times they're going to say how much this is going to cost. You can pre-handle that objection very quickly. And if you need to, you say, I'm going to give them the exact number. You never want to give them the price. The moment you give them the price, you lose control of the conversation. When they ask for a price, I would ideally go into pain point discovery, right? So totally, man, I want to make sure that I get you the results that you actually want, because how much this is going to cost is going to depend on how many leads that you actually want in the next 30 days, right? So where are your leads coming from right now, right? You want to ask them, so where are you, what are you doing right now? From here, how's that going, man? Right? And it's what do you mean by good? What does that mean? It's 5 to 10 leads per day. You want to dive in with childlike curiosity to understand what it actually looks like, right? Have you tried anything similar to what I'm talking about right now? Have you tried any online advertising? How did that go, man? And then you understand their pain points. It's what do you mean by it didn't go well, right? Or the calls were really bad, people weren't even picking up. And then you address the pain points with what you do. Right, notice I haven't really talked about much about what we do in total detail. I first want to hear their pain points and then address one by one. Right, so from here, they're gonna say, yeah, man, the lead's really bad. We're getting on the phone, you didn't even know why we're calling them. And say, okay, so with our automation that we have built, we're gonna text and call them immediately, and we're gonna pre-qualify them exactly on questions like, hey, what is your credit range? If they can actually afford it, blah blah blah. Do you think this would get you better, higher quality leads? Yeah, totally, man. And so I guess, and then once they understand your process, you find their pain points and they agree that your process works, and you solve their pain points one by one with your process, then you go more detail into the numbers. First, that they know this, they agree that this works, then you go into the numbers. Right. And so you want to make sure that they agree that this would be an investment for them, that they're actually for profit. Right. So how this works, man, is we have an ad spend for 30 days. That's how we get you those appointments that I talked about, the 10 appointments. How many of them, like if you go to 10 appointments, like how many feature paste them, how many of them do you think you can close? Okay. So, and then again, like how many are you doing right now? Okay. So like if you do like five, what's your margin? Like how much would you make per deal? Okay, like $3,000. Okay, 15,000. And then we've spent like 1,500 on the ads. Okay, does that like sound about right? Would that be a win for you, man, in the next 30 days? Okay, perfect. And I guess like if you were to make that 15 grand, like, you know, what would you do personally? Like, would you put it back in the business, buy a Lamborghini? Like, what would you do? Right? Understand personally what they would do for it. Okay, that's what you do. So you want to make sure that the investment makes sense, that the process makes sense, then that this is an investment, right? You run the numbers after they agree that the process works. Right. Then from here, you start the process. Then I would future pace and be like, hey man, so how our onboarding looks like with everything that we talked about is this and this and that. Right. And so after I explain that, maybe the ad spend, then I'll drop the price. Right. And then I'll drop the price and pre-qualify. Some people like to drop say what they do, like, hey, here's what we do. This is gonna be $5,000. Right. And then have the prospect react. Right, that kind of sometimes puts them in panic mode. What you can do is, hey man, so in order to do exactly that, like the 15,000 that'd be a win for you, right? For 1,500 in advertising spend, right? So like, in order for us to take care of that for you, is we just charge $5,000 for 3 months, right? And what that's allow us to do is the next 3 months you get a positive ROI from what you told me, and you're not only able to just get a return, is you're actually saving time because we're pre-qualifying all the leads and putting you on a roadmap to be able to spend more with us and scale, right? Does that all make sense for you? How does that sound? Right, okay, then they agree. So sometimes it's a little bit better to drop the price and then kind of back up what you're saying, right? And then from there, you're going to significantly future pace them. So if we're to onboard right now, this is what's going to happen. In 24 hours, you're going to start getting leads, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm ready to get started right now. And then you do any objection handling that you need to, right? And if you want to have my team build out this script exactly for you, word by word, build out a sales process for your offer, book a call with us below, and we'll dial in your offers that can scale to $10,000 per month within your next 90 days.